Andrew, Tim, congratulations. You've made it into the final round of this competition. So now we're sending you back to your home forges to recreate an iconic weapon from history. The Shamshir. Descending from the saber family of swords, the Shamshir, which means curved like the tiger's tail, first gained popularity in Persia and quickly spread throughout the former Ottoman Empire. Light in weight and easy to wield, this deeply curved sword featured a thin blade and a tapered tip that was most effective when delivering sweeping or hooking strokes, and was sharp enough to slice adversaries in two. Although use of the sword declined in the 20th century, it was rebirthed as one of the main weapons of the protagonist in the film Prince of Persia, The Sands of Time. Good luck, Bladesmiths.
Good luck, Tim. I'm very excited to be back to my home forge. I'm going to do a low-layer, random pattern Damascus blade. I feel that the judges will appreciate the extra effort. Ideally, I would like to have my billet welded up as quickly as possible, but the Damascus is taking a little bit longer than I expected, so I might be a little bit behind, but I think it'll set my blade apart from Tim's.
We're here in my home shop in Andrew, North Carolina. It's the first blade of this length that I've ever done with such a major curve in it, and it's a hot day. I forge probably 98% of what I do on the power hammer. But I keep hearing this hiss. I said, something is not right. Anytime you see smoke on a compressor, that's not good. We're in trouble. Without the air compressor, I can't use my power hammer. It's all gonna be by hand. So this is gonna be fun.
Yesterday, I spent most of my time shaping the blade. Today, I need to pick up the pace. It's ready for heat treat. That's what you're looking for. In order for me to be happy at the end of the day, I'm gonna have to have my guard forged, shaped, polished, and fit to my tank. Definitely have a lot of struggles with this guard. It was looking really good, but I got off center with my cut, and I broke the languette off. I just wanted to throw. I spent most of the day working on this guard, so it's disheartening. I need to just step back and rethink my plan.
3 days in, a little sore. Bent over the anvil for 5 hours straight. I'm old. Never done anything this long. So this is maiden voyage for my quench tank. We're leaking. And all my oil is just like a little geyser coming out of there. Lucky for me, I do have a horizontal quench tank. I see a bow here and a bow there. One going this way and one going back the other way. I gotta move quick, so I slap it in my straightening jig. Bottom line, this is a mess. Can't go back now. I don't know what I'm gonna do. I'm almost afraid to look. We are straight. I took a file. Oh, I'm just tickled to death.
I still got a lot of work ahead of me. I'm not 100% happy with what I've got with my guard, but if I do a nice job on the blade and the handle, I think it'll bring it all together. But I got a slight warp in the blade. If you put this on here, you can see where the warp is. If you use this file as a straight edge, you have that gap right there. I got to get this warp out, so what I'm doing is using a couple clamps and a little jig I have made in the temper to try to take it out. This is normally how I get the warp out of my blades, but I'm having more trouble this time. So I'm just gonna put a little bit more tension on the blade, and maybe that'll work. I go back to the heat treat oven, and I didn't get the warp out entirely, and I'm starting to freak out a little bit. I don't know how I'm gonna fix it.
Final day, I am exhausted. Right now, I'm gonna do some chopping. It done fantastic. I know I've got a sword that will perform. Now it's just getting the look down. This is all about how it feels in the hand. One thing I always do when I make a handle, I grind a bit, I put it in my hand, I close my eyes, I don't even look at it. Light grip, squeeze it hard. Overall, I feel fantastic. I'm very confident that it's a $10,000 blade.
To test the sharpness of your weapon, I'll be cutting through these 3 fish. Andrew, you're up first. Are you ready for this?
There goes nothing.
All right, so first thing, it's not a light sword, but the weight's where I want it to be. Beautiful looking handle. Having said that, up here at the front, it's a little blocky, but it's definitely sharp. Well done.
Thank you.
All right, Tim, you ready for this?
I'm ready.
This blade is wonderfully fast and light. Your handle, I like the construction of it. What I have a problem with is this transition. The 2 materials, it creates a bit of a lip. If that wrap went all the way down, I think I would feel pretty good. Having said that, this is a beautiful piece, and it is definitely a cutter.
Thank you.
To see what kind of lethal damage your weapon will do, I will take your Shamshir and deliver slashes and a thrust on these pig carcasses. Andrew, you're up first. You ready?
Let's do it.
Andrew, your Shamshir just became a sham wow. Your blade on the initial thrust penetrated easily and it lacerated cleanly into the carcass. Your weapon, sir, will kill. Good job.
Thank you.
Tim, it's your turn. Shall we have fun?
Let's do it.
Let's do this. All right, Tim. This is what a Shamshir, I believe, should feel like. It definitely can thrust into the carcass. It hit bone. I felt it. I could feel it crunch. The edge here is sharp enough to lacerate through the carcass, cutting all the way through. Overall, your weapon will kill.
Thank you.
Now, the Shamshir was a weapon that was used both on foot and on horseback. So to test the strength and durability of your blades, I'm going to chop into these horse skulls 3 times. Andrew, are you ready for this?
I guess.
So right off, I can feel a slight rolled section where the edge is just deformed a bit. But other than that, held up beautifully. Well done.
Thank you.
Good smile, Tim. It's your turn.
Let's go.
Okay, I can see where your edge has taken some deformation here. It's light and it's fast, but it looks to me as though your blade's picked up a slight roll that way that I did not see before. Your blade goes off at a bit of an angle.
Bladesmiths, a final decision has been made. Only one of you can be the Forged in Fire champion. And that champion is Andrew. Congratulations. You are the Forged in Fire champion and will be receiving a check for $10,000. Yes. Tim, please surrender your weapon.
Obviously, I'm a little disappointed. I wanted to win, but I'm very proud of the Shamshir that I made. I enjoyed the competition immensely. It's been one of the highlights of my life.
Andrew, congratulations. You are the Forged in Fire champion, and that's a title that comes with a check for $10,000.
Yes! I definitely feel relieved. It feels great. I mean, I came here to win and prove to myself that I was able to do it, and I can hang with these other guys with their credentials and whatnot. I don't have any of that. I'm just a guy from the woods, you know?
Now, guys, this round is going to be an 8-straight-hour weapons-making competition, but as you probably noticed, the judges are not with us. That's because we want them to come into testing not knowing which one of you made which one of the blades. As far as what weapon you're going to be building goes. The Shamshir. The Shamshir's history dates back to 13th century Persia, or modern-day Iran. Featuring a long blade with a distinctive curve, the blade was specifically designed to deliver deep, deadly cuts upon anyone who crossed its path. This deadly weapon quickly spread through the region, finding its way into the hands of Ottoman, Indian, and even Filipino warriors. Previously featured in Season 4, getting a proper heat treat on the sword proved to be challenging for the smiths, and ultimately a bend in the strength test sent one smith packing. Your time starts now.
At this point, I have 2 billets and a big old chunk of guard stock, and I'm working between all 3. I get the billets ready for the final restack. I have no time to stand still.
Ben is restacking. He's very aware of how talented Ira is, so I'm willing to bet he's going to go above and beyond with the craftsmanship and the talent that goes into this blade.
I'm really pretty good at just focusing on my job and phasing out whoever else is around me, but this is Ben Abbott. He's moving around like fire around the forge. His natural movements are getting into my head. I've decided I'm going to put more time and energy into my guard. I'm going to try to do a sandwich type technique where I come in with a right and a left and forge weld the 2 pieces together in the middle, leaving the middle hollow for the blade to slip in. If I could pull this off, maybe I have a chance to beat Ben. I beat Ben Abbott. I mean, they may come to ask me to be a judge on this show.
The tricky part about these parameters is to gauge the height of that curve. So I need to figure out something to do.
Ben's got a pretty cool setup here at his workstation. He's taken some handle material stacked to 2.5 inches, and next to it he's got a tape measure out to 30 or 32 inches. So now he can simultaneously measure the length parameter and that depth of curve parameter.
Nice.
I have around 3 inches of curvature. It's time to quench.
All right, Ben is in the oil. This is a huge moment for him.
Everything looks nice and straight. I'm really happy.
Not far behind Ben, Ira's gonna go for his quench. Ira has now quenched his blade as well. It is unbelievable seeing 2 smiths working side by side for 3.5 hours on such a complicated build be exactly at the same spot. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Gentlemen, turn off your machines, put down your tools. This round is over.
Well done.
Yes.
Thank you.
Champions, welcome to the dynamic KEAL test. You guys ready?
Sure.
Let's do this. All right, champions, let's talk about this Shamshir. What I love about this Shamshir is the weight and the balance. It definitely is very easy to maneuver and cut. Now, the curvature and edge of your blade is so sharp that it cuts very deep into this ballistics dummy. Chopping into the candlesticks left no marks, no rolls. Overall, this Shamshir, it will kill. All right, time for the next Shamshir. All right, champions, let's talk about this Shamshir. From the pommel all the way to the tip, it's got a very nice profile. It's beautiful. The handle construction. Now, somebody is an overachiever here because you've got the pommel that matches the guard, and when I hold on to it, it matches my hand almost perfectly. Now, it's a little bit heavier than the other blade, but it works to its advantage. That first slash I did, I was quite surprised how deep it cut. Overall, it will KEAL.
All right, gentlemen, it's time for our dynamic strength and sharpness test. So I'll be taking your blades, testing their edge, cutting these water tubes, breaking those pots in that skull. You gentlemen ready? All right. All right, gentlemen. Right off, the weapon has a good feel in its weight and balance. Very nice. The blade in the test took some rolling, but still wouldn't run my finger down this thing. I'd wind up bleeding. Biggest concern I have with this blade is having that extra inch of handle there. Kind of allows my hand to roll back. But as you can see from the cuts, they're all clean. All in all, held up well. Well done. All right, gentlemen, time for Shamshir number 2. Wow. All right. What I like about this blade is that handle setup. That's really nice. It's got a great feel to it, looks fantastic, but we've got some problems here. These are some fairly decent chips of the blade itself. But she's straight, she's sharp, cuts well.
All right, gentlemen, you guys only got 8 hours to build your Shamshirs, and you went blow for blow, spark for spark, the entire time that competition was going. But the judges did make a final decision. Gentlemen, today's Beat the Judges champion is... Ira. You did it. For the first time ever, Ben Abbott has been defeated. Very well done. Now, Ben, you're an unbelievably talented smith, but unfortunately, you did not come out on top today. And Dave's gonna tell you why.
Ben, once again, you gave us a beautifully crafted weapon. It felt great in my hand swinging it, but those chips in the blade were just, we couldn't get around them. That's what it came down to.
I agree. Ira, very well done.
It's been a long, tough competition against Ben Abbott, you know, like the best. But I beat him.
Ben, you're human after all.
Ben's probably gonna want a grudge match now, so that'd be fun.